Good morning, everybody on YouTube and everywhere else you may be. I got to sit down and doing my bills this fine, wonderful Monday morning, the day before the eradication of the demo rats. First thing on my mind is I done tried to say to you, Mr. Manchin, I had long drawn out emails to you, and I'm sure probably your people never let you see them or whatever, but warned you about your fruit of your tree, and now you're finding out you made a deal with the devil. There's an old movie line out of a Batman movie. It was Joker. What's his name? I can't think of his damn name right offhand. The crazy actor that's been around forever. He said something to the effect of, "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?" Well, Mr. Manchin, you just got to see what that meant. Do-si-do. And you keep playing with these people. They don't care about you, and they're wanting to shut down the coal mines here in West Virginia and Pennsylvania. They never give a crap about none of y'all. It's time for y'all to start growing up and quit playing like a scared teenager. If they have something on you, you better buck up, Buttercup, because they get to the point to where they have to use that. Do you think you're going to survive? I don't think so. Every closet with every bone in it will be flew open for everybody to see, hear, and taste. Don't you understand how these people work? And y'all call yourselves educated adults? That scares the shit out of me. I don't want to ever be educated. Not when it gets to the point where my common sense, my freedom, and my sensibility of right and wrong gets diminished. No, I don't think so. Okay. Second. Okay, you screw. This is for you all too. Did you not think that this day was coming? Now, this is just a warning. Again, I keep warning y'all. I warn Manchin how these people were. I don't have to be part of them. Matter of fact, it makes it even easier to spot them when you're not part of them, or you're so bound up in their back pocket that you can't get out, or you decide you decide you can't get out, but you can every time. But there's always consequences when it comes to making deals with devils and demons. And somehow or another, y'all think y'all can escape this shit. Okay, look at what Musk is doing to Twitter. You all are just a sister company of the big bad Nazi regime known as Google. Okay? Do you not understand that your bosses that grins at you every day and pats you on the back and tells you how good of a day that you're doing, or how good of a job you're doing, and it's a great day? These are the same people that was at Twitter. Now look at them. They're crying, they're whining, and they still, some of them don't have a fucking understanding of what they was doing. Okay? For you all to do what y'all do to people's videos and their First Amendment rights by making these videos, you're not helping the situation for them, or me, or anybody that makes any kind of content for YouTube. Okay? Y'all not understanding, y'all are stripping your own rights from out of your own hands by doing this. Because your paycheck's good, that don't mean that tomorrow you won't lose it. Ask the people at Twitter. you don't understand, if you can't understand by now, the boat's going to show up at the shore, and y'all going to have to unload on it. And when it comes for y'all, and it will, because there's too many people out here that understands that what has been going on in this world, it was crazy, unrefined, it was thrown at us, it was sped up for us to move forward in our futures, okay? Well, we done come to a resting place, and we're starting to understand that the future is wonderful, but to leave the past behind, known as the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and everything else that's for we the people, would be completely fucking retarded. So YouTube, you might want to, if you see this video and y'all want to touch my video, and this is going to take all day to download, I know. And I didn't have this issue when I first turned this computer on, nor my laptops. So every time y'all go against a complete stranger, or brother, or sister, or y'all going after yourself, your mothers, your brothers, your cousins, your sisters, your aunts, anybody that's kin to you, as well as yourself. I know I said that twice. I didn't say I was the sharpest knife in the drawer, but apparently the one sitting on the outside's got a little bit more sense about them than any of you highly educated fucking retards. It seems like the more education that you all get, the dumber you get. So if this ain't showing you that you've been programmed and compromised in your own life, you might want to backtrack and rethink what you was thinking before you went in and got that grand piece of paper that lied to you to tell you that you're smart. You're way beyond being smart. You're just about this much above smart. If you was too smart, these systems wouldn't want you, because then you would be causing them problems. They need you just stupid enough and dumb enough to take orders without even thinking about what it's affecting in your life. That's what's coming. Okay, 14 states, National Guard, cyber, has been called out for these elections. Okay? My understanding, I got word from someone else that I can't really talk about because this someone else is part of a group of men and women that's going to be kind of boots on the ground too. And there's going to be all kinds of boots on the ground. So that's coming as well. Alright, I'm going to pause it here for a second and go do some things, and I'll be right back. Yeah. Alright, let me back up a little bit. To y'all owners here in West Virginia of the coal mines, okay? And I questioned this when I was hearing about it from the oil producing companies in Texas, okay? I just don't quite understand how you all will allow regulators that had nothing to do with your blood, sweat, and tears to get your company to where it's at now to dictate to you all how you all are going to run your company. Okay? Me, the world I growed up in, and I'm not no highly educated business person, thank God I'm not, because if I had an outsider trying to step in and tell me what I could and I could not do with my own company, I would be going slap the fuck off. So remind yourself of this, you coal mining owners. If y'all are buried so deep in the snake's den and dancing with the devil so hard that they've got you by the nuts. Y'all may want to rethink your life, because here's how it works in the real world, if y'all have forgotten. Because your education tells you that, well, I've got a lawyer. Well, the real world don't work that way. The real world is if you keep playing this game, the bad guy is not going to allow you to win either way unless you stand up to it. That's how you win. That's how you take back yours. Well, it's never theirs in the first place. They've got you conned into believing that you need them somehow. If anything, start doubling and tripling y'all's production. Get it out here so fast and so hard that no matter what they say or do, hire everybody that you can. Put it to a coal mining boom if you must. Black gold. But if y'all are allowing this game to be played on you all by a bunch of ill reputes with millions of dollars worth of rags hanging on the wall, and has nothing to do with your business other than they're going to tell you what you can and you cannot do with it, that sounds like a schoolyard bully to me. And how do you stop one of them? Bust them in the mouth. Then everybody else gets to see that all that mouth was nothing but mouth. So I had to get back to that real quick because I forgot to say anything about it at the beginning. Like I said, this video, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I got bits and pieces trying to remember of things. And thank you all, my subscribers. I don't know who's still subscribed to me or not. I can't hardly function to find out anything other than when somebody sees one of my videos and posts back to me, and I appreciate that. I really do. At least I know that there's a few of you still out there. So thank you. I've been drinking a whole lot of water lately. I just they tell me my sugar's up a little bit, and I'm trying to get it kicked back down. I went from 380 something down to 270 something. I need to be at the 100 mark. That may be a little hard on a fat man, especially one that loves Reese cups. But I'm giving it a good shot. And all this warmongering stuff, you all, if something gets started, first thing you got to ask yourself, if you see it on the news, especially video, audio, pictures, have an understanding that maybe what you're seeing and hearing may be phony as shit. Red flags everywhere. They've got to do things to. It's sad, we're emotional people. All of us has emotions, and once we start learning how to control them when we see things, hear things, we become our own masters of what we know, what truth is, or what truth is not. And they're going to be playing games with us in our minds, our heads, our emotions, like y'all ain't never seen before. Because I'm thinking more than 80-90% of them already knows what's happening tomorrow is pretty much the end of their contract with Satan. They ain't going to say in it. And then they're going to be put in places where they're not going to like. Okay, the couple that got put in prison, jail, whatever it was, by that one idiot judge going against these people's First Amendment rights, and they have the proof of this little slant-eyed fuck from China that got arrested for doing what they said he was doing, okay, a day after, okay? Now they get released last night. Because another judge, a little higher up, seen that fucknuts was screwing everything up and not following the law. This is sad when you got to use one part of the justice system to fight another part of the justice system, knowing what they was doing was wrong. So that fucknut judge is a fucking corrupt bastard too. I don't know. Maybe he caught him kidnapping little boys or something, or got one in his basement tied up. I don't know. I know it sounds sick and disgusting, but these things are going to become prevalent too to everybody once all of this snowball. I mean, it's done went from a pea size. Now I'm figuring about the size of Washington D.C. and it's getting bigger. This is a worldwide situation. Like I said, the war situation with Putin, he ain't trying to start no damn war. And if anybody thinks that, they're retarded. Well, no, they've been captured here. Okay? Because of this. Got this captured. You know, this and this together, if used correctly, these two things working as one is a wonderful thing for every one of us. Okay? Wisdom, fairness, everything comes this way. Then we have the bottom part, our gut, that gives you the maybes, ifs, and stuff like that. But then you get this, once you're on the right track, your gut will tell you, yeah, that's right. Okay? That's how it has been for me since I started having an understanding how mind and heart and gut worked. But these people are voting these wars. Okay? This is how they've kept us in a lockdown situation here. None of these things should have been done. And all this stuff's coming to haunt them. It will, I'm telling you. Because more and more of us has done seen the lies, the deceits. They say one thing, do something else. Well, when I was growing up and was listening to my grandfather, my mother, grandma, the rest of my older individuals in my family, when they told me, so look, when somebody tells you something and you believe it, you're expecting that outcome. And if that outcome does not happen, friend or family, stranger or family or friend, you can pretty much stand back and start watching, and you'll start seeing this thing unfold with them, and you'll see how much BS is in their mouth. This might have been helping for them. Maybe they was thinking about doing the right thing, but in the end result they didn't. So like I told Manchin, I wrote him time and time again on his email, and I doubt very seriously anybody got the message to him, because there's so many people like me probably writing him on a day-to-day basis. I say that's some of it, and the other part is they have readers reading these emails, and anything that don't fit in the narrative of the deep states, that's where Manchin's falling behind too. He's all of these people that's probably sitting around him is part of the deep state. Well, they're not going to allow him any kind of good advice anyway. So I don't have to be no damn politician. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If it's for the people, or we the people, state-wise or United States-wide, United States of America, that is, wide, it should be in that direction. But it's not. So Manchin's finding out the hard way now that the devil don't normally keep his word. And what made him think that somehow or another he was going to beat that situation blows me away. But anyway, like I said, I'm back and forth a little bit. trying to give as much news as I can. There's an up and down thing on DeSantis. That one lady, I think her name, could be wrong, so don't hold me to this, Kelsey or Gilbert or whatever the fuck her name is, a Democrat done went Republican. I do not trust that woman. Period. Until the fruit starts bearing, or the tree starts bearing good fruit in front of me with her, then I may have to start speculating on what was said to make me believe not to trust her. Okay, but until then, I don't trust her. Ron DeSantis, I don't know if he is playing the edge of the two-sided coin, which is the third side that they don't tell us about, is the edge, or if he's marching forward trying to cut certain people's throats that we want and need to get this fixed. The sad part of it is, I'm hoping everybody wants, if it does go in the right direction, have an understanding to study at least a half a year, throughout the half a year. It don't got to be every day, but study whoever's coming up next to go into any kind of seat of power. If they're not preaching and marching with our Constitution, shit can them as fast as you can go. Tell all your friends, neighbors, anybody that's giving any kind of hoorah to them to put them in the trash can, because they're going to be another one to slide in and try to manipulate the whole situation. Our forefathers are smart enough to actually write these things down in ways that they knew that the future men and women couldn't mess with them but so much. That's the thing about the gun laws. That's what I kept trying to tell people. So look, the only way they can change this, they're going to have to get 2/3 of the United States to vote on it. That ain't going to happen. They keep running their mouth. They're just wasting money. The money that they're wasting, I believe, they're sticking in their pockets. It was another way to them to skim off the top, bottom, middle, wherever they were getting it from, to stick it in their own pockets. Because they know they was fighting a losing battle, because certain words don't have no other descriptive meanings. Shall not be infringed on. Okay? Just in that little few words. There's no other descriptive meaning in a fucking dictionary that says any otherwise. And they know this. They keep playing with their First Amendment. See, if the First Amendment one is as powerful as they want to try to claim it, or if it wasn't as powerful as we know it is, okay, they know it too. They would not have been using Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of them to go around our First Amendment, because it was a business. This is what everybody was jumping up and down trying to tell everybody. Well, it's their business. They can do whatever they want to. No, they was infringing on your fucking rights. Then come to find out, the nice people there in District of Columbia was giving them their marching orders to do so. If y'all ain't seen this, hell, go look up Zuckernuts and Paul Rogan. And listen real close. This was happening on every platform, social media. This is what I'm telling y'all, YouTube. If you don't get, you all will be snatched up and bought out too. Okay? It's either, I learned that lesson a long time ago. I watched a boss of mine, right beside his warehouse, there was a house. And the guy always rented to all the wrong people. Drug addicts, gang members, blah, blah, blah. And he was constantly tearing up his man's property that owned the business with the warehouse. Okay? He tried in every manner to do it the right way. Okay? He finally got with the owner, bought the property, then walked up there with his pistol on his side, and put a notice that they had 30 days to get the fuck out of the house. The house is being torn down. YouTube, let it be a lesson. Let it sink in. Because the demolition's done started on Twitter. Alright, peace to all y'all. I know there's a lot more I should be covering, but there's a few key things here, and if y'all are capable of it, go vote tomorrow. Republican ticket right down, just all the way down. West Virginia's doing one good thing, and they're trying to get rid of the car tax. Okay, that's a plus. But Manchin making deals with the devil, the devil ain't gonna listen to you but so long. Peace to all y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. It's 26:01. Date, time is 10:23 a.m. 11/7/2022. Peace.